Oh, I'm recording. Hey guys, what's going on? Excuse the mess behind me. Pretend it's not there. You know what? I gotta get a backdrop. Is it called backdrop? Just where you could just pull down something, have a nice, beautiful back. Anyway, so I am recording on the computer that I used to use. So check this out. Okay, so I was just going to get the computer to plug it in into this handy cooler that I recently purchased. I got this in a scale from Amazon.com. It's on right now, and I'll talk about it in a second. So anyway, I'm thinking, okay, because it had a virus. I'm thinking, okay, let me see if I can maybe get rid of the virus. Turns out my mom, she had it fixed. I think she got it back today or yesterday, and she was like, oh, because she's writing a book. So she's like, oh, don't go with it. I'm like, but you're not using it now. So anyway, I have it now. But I'm glad that I got my netbook. So, well, number one, she didn't tell me that she fixed it, so I guess she was never gonna tell me. Number two, I'm getting my netbook, so I don't have to worry about that. But anyway, I'm going to do a quick kind of review, I guess, about it. This might be a very long video because I'm just trying to get everything into one. Okay, so first I'll talk about the handy cooler. Handy cooler, I got it from Amazon.com, and I got it in the color pink. It takes 4 AA batteries. You see the size. It's it's bigger than what I expected. I expected something a little bit more purse friendly, but I mean it's still good. The pro about this is that it's a fan. Like, I think any fan, I almost feel like any fan would have like done the job. But however, it had really good ratings on Amazon, and I just needed something for the really hot weather. It's at its highest right now. I'm gonna lower down. Initially I put in some old batteries that I have, and I was just like, and I put it to the max, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not gonna work. So I'm like, this might be going back. What it is I'm gonna briefly talk about it. It's a sponge filter. You wet it. They give you a bottle. They give you the USB cord to it's running through my computer, and pretty much it took about maybe 5 to 10 minutes for it to really get to the coolness, because I'm like, yo, like, is this gonna be hot? Like, what's going on? So for me, I sweat a lot and I need it, so it's not even a question of having a fan. It was just really about which one. Right now, since this is I'm just using it, I give it from a 1 to a 10, I guess I give it an 8. I don't give it a 10 because it's not as portable as I like. You're gonna have to walk with the bottle, or you need water for it to be able to use. It's not like a regular fan, which I didn't know. The thing is, I didn't really skim it as I should have. I didn't really know it was in order for it to really work, you need but yeah, that's my bad because I didn't read it. But I mean, it makes sense. Personal evaporative cooling fan. I mean, it's kind of like But would I suggest somebody getting it right now? The breeze I'm getting right now, yeah. I mean, I would love if this part was bigger. I feel like for it to be this size and to have just that coming out, I think that's a little bit ridiculous. But this moves. I mean, does it really stand up by itself? Like, if it was on the table? Well, yeah, it would actually. However, it only looks like it stands this way, but this doesn't get any higher. So if you want it directly in your face, that won't happen. But yeah, is it worth the $30-something? No. I mean, I don't know. I would pay probably $20 for that. But anyway, okay. So the scale I got was from Ozeri. The scale is hiding. I don't feel like getting it to get it, but this is it. Okay, so digital bathroom scale weighs up to 440. Calculates your body's weight, fat ratio, and hydration. Okay, I got on it, and everyone, if you haven't already known that, when you buy a scale, you have to put it on like tile or hardwood, because carpeting supposedly gives you, it's like, it doesn't give you an accurate number. So I usually keep my scales in the bathroom. However, my bathroom is not completely as flat as it should be. So with my old scale, I have to make sure I left it in one spot, because sometimes it might go up or down one or two, but not by a lot. So I got on the scale, and the number was higher than it should, because I've been feeling smaller. My stomach is smaller. I haven't been eating as much. So when I got on the scale, I was like, yo, this number's off to me. It said 291 the first time. I was like, whoa. That's crazy. Because I was just weighing not too long ago, and it said 290, and I had clothes on, plus I just drank water. And I think I ate too, so it's just kind of like, when you wake up, you're probably, when you fresh, just wake up, get out of bed, you're probably like 2 pounds lighter than 2 to 3 pounds, like, than, compared to at the end of the day. So anyway, so give or take, I am probably, I want to say 285, 286. So anyway, so I got on the scale. So then I found my 10-pound weight, and it said almost 13 pounds. So I'm like, okay, great. So alright. But then I think my son was like trying to move it, like pick it up and move it, so I have to yell at him. Right now I have to keep my scale hidden, and that's what sucks. Like, who wants to have a scale and have to hide it, number one? And number two, I just don't like the fact that, I remember with one of the scales that I was considering getting, it says don't get on it until you see like something. So that means it's calibrating, and I don't think this scale calibrates. Unless I like really read fast, like over the instructions, but it doesn't calibrate. So honestly, I feel that I will be sending it back and getting the scale that I had before. The scale I had before, it was like $28, $29. I paid like $39 for what? Anyway, it said that I was at 29 on the water hydration, and I'm supposed to be, for my age, it's like 15 to 30 years old. I'm supposed to be like over 47. So I'm like, I guess I'm like super dehydrated. My body weight percentage was 60. Because you put in, if you're a woman, I don't know if it goes by BMI, I'm not sure, but it's supposed to go by you actually stepping on it. So if I break that down, I don't know, I need a calculator. Let me see. Let me just quickly try to see. Little boy. Also, as I move the scale, I'm distracted because I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. I'm confused. As I move the scale, because like after my son would try to like move it and stuff, when I got back on the scale, it's a 296. And I'm like, what? I mean, my other scale wasn't perfect, but it didn't take that long to get it right, because I will always compare what that scale said and what the scale when I went to see the doctor said. Of course it says more because I'm fully clothed, but I will kind of have an idea. And to me, with my old scale, I had even though it might go up on occasion if I move it, it still for the most part stayed consistent on like one number. With that, it was just all over the place. But you know what? I am going to give it a few days, and if it can't get its act together, I'm gonna try in here. I'm gonna try downstairs. Usually I leave my scales in my mom's bathroom because it stays. It's flat. The ground is flat. It stays like it's perfect. The number doesn't fluctuate so crazily. So I'm gonna give it some time, and I'm gonna see, and give it a few days, and if not, it's going back. But anyway, enough with that. I think that's it, guys. You guys already know I have a date. I decided to try and bump up my date by calling my surgeon's secretary, the one who does most of the work, and she told me that um, she won't be able to bump it up unless I get approved, and that's like a month away from now, and when my last PCP visit is, and I'm assuming by that time that one spot that she thought she had that was earlier is gonna be gone. So, I mean, I wish I really spoke up the first time and was like, no, I want something earlier. However, I had no iron, and the part of me was just like, I didn't want to argue. She was really convincing that, you know what, too early is a bad thing. But then, like, now, you know, after the iron, my energy levels was better. It was just like, yeah, I really should have, like, said something. So, I mean, I get to see my surgeon again on the 17th of July. So, I mean, if I really wanted to, I can just, like, call, make an appointment. I'd be able to see him probably the first month of July and just be like, yo, can you bump my stuff up? Bump, bump, bump. But you know what? It's like, whatever. I'm going to do what I have to do. And if I see him, oh, by the way, she did say if I can call her by the 12th, and she'll let me know. So it is what it is, you know. I think once I'm in the month, like, once I'm probably, like, even, like, once I do finally get approved, like, in that, like, 2-week kind of thing, like, maybe I should hear back from them by the 14th. I think the extra 2 weeks will, because honestly, this month kind of went by, and I'm like, wow, we're in June already. Like, well, last month went by, so just like, it is what it is. But I'm glad that I called, because I not only did I call to, like, bump up my date, but I called to make sure she had all my stuff. I'm kind of afraid because I left something there 3 weeks ago. She had left early. The person who sat next door to her, sat next desk to her, gave my some paper that I needed to give her. So she didn't know that it was there until today. So it's kind of scary. Like, wait a second, your desk is that crazy that my stuff you can't find? She was able to find it, like, within minutes, but it was just kind of like, how hectic and how busy is your desk? But anyway, she told me about this test that I'm supposed to take. It's supposed to it's a blood test for the thyroid, and if it was not in any documents that was given, and it's for anyone with a Medicaid type insurance. No one told me about it. Never even heard of it. And she was like, oh yeah, your doctor should have done that a long time ago, because usually people who are obese, blase blase, thyroid, blase blase. And the funny thing is, I had a thyroid ultrasound, so they should have, you know, at least done that too, especially. And I don't know. So that's what I found out. So I'm going to schedule that. I'm going to do that. I don't know if my doctor can do that the same day. If she'll send me something, or I have to make a referral to go get that done. But I shouldn't. I should be able to do that all same day. But let me see. I will keep you updated. I'm gonna keep this on. I feel as though it's starting to not be as cool. Let me find out. No, it's still wet. It's still wet. But I just feel like it was starting to cool down. So hope all is well. I'ma go. Just know that, yay, I'm online for now. And oh yeah, my phone's not coming on, so you know who, that my Voxer pal. I'd give her a shout out, but I didn't even check to see what her YouTube name is, and she probably might not even want to shout out. I don't know, but I'ma run and go do some stuff. But yeah, if I were you, I'm just gonna update you on everything. Oh, but before I go, I am going to try and lose 2 pounds next week. The iron pills I'm taking is just messing me up and not making everything flow. So I ended up getting fruits today. So I think I get up to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna run. Talk to you soon.